Okay, happy time zone wherever you are. We're gonna get right into it. This is research tips on how to make your research more efficient. So I'm gonna go into my email. I love Google Drive, so I'm gonna go into Drive. This is through school. You just hit like I said, you hit these little points up here. You hit the Drive button, and it will open up your Drive. So you're going to create a new folder up in the top, file folder. Oh, cancel, sorry. New folder. You're going to do, let's see, research 3305 ISWK. So let's just say it's that. Create. I'm going to open that folder up. I'm going to make a document. I'm going to click this, Untitled Documents, References. Boop. Saves automatically. Going to title it References. That one's ready to go. I'm going to make another document. This one is going to be article table. And I'm going to put insert table. I'm going to put author, date, title, method, summary, results. Usually profs adds for 5 to 6 articles. So I'm going to start with that. So we're going to put author, title. I'm just using my arrows to go across. Oops, sorry. Date, title, method. Oh, I gotta add a row. Insert. So I right clicked on here. Insert row to right. I'm going to put summary, keywords, results. Okay, there's my table. Next, I'm going to do another folder. I'm going to go back to my Drive in my file, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to put new folder, and I'm going to list it articles. Create. Oops, not cancel. There we go. Okay, so that opens that up. So now we're going to go. Now we've got this all set up. This is for our research and makes research and writing articles easier. So we're going to go to the library. We're going to look up land-based practices, practices, and indigenous, and Canada. Okay, so I hit enter. I got to sign in. Bleh. Okay, so I'm going to want peer-reviewed articles from usually profs are okay with 10. It depends on your prof. Some say 10, some take 5. You can do, I like to do 5 years perimeter, 6 years, 7 years, just to make sure that I have current articles. And I hit apply filters. You can't see that on my screen because my face is in the way. But it'll say up here what your parameters are. So peer reviewed, I just do that because it's safe. I don't want any pieces that haven't been peer reviewed. So I'm going down the line, and the first thing I can do is I can look up, make sure that I'm not getting case studies. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I took out Canada. Boop, boop, boop. Let's try land-based practices, and let's try a different study. Let's just try indigenous. Wait. Let's see. Oh, it's got to be hyphenated. That's what it is. Practices and indigenous. Now we're getting books, and I don't want books again. So I'm going to pick Add Beyond Laurentian's Collection. I want peer-reviewed journals. I want articles, which is awesome because there's X amount of articles. And I'm going to change the date. I'm going to change it to, we're going to say 2017. Let's just make it like that kind of current. Right before the pandemic. So now, you got to figure out what kind of article you're looking for. Case studies, pilot studies, they're not bad. They're pretty good. They have lots of good information. You can do, like, this is good. Food security and land-based practices. Hoop house gardening, that's a good land-based practice. So if I want a land-based practice, I like the article, you can hit the tab here or the tack, and you can have that saved. And then you can go to your tacks, which is your favorites. You can click on this and you can label it, add a label. In my case, I have land connectedness, a couple of things. So I'm going to put new land-based practices. Enter. There's my label. I have it highlighted. I'm going to click it and I can email it to myself. And I can put land-based practices. And I can have that emailed to myself in case I want to remember that as an article that is important to me. Okay, so going back to our searches, let's say this is a review. I don't like that one. This is not a bad one. Let's have a look at the parameters here. So it's 2018. Let's go back down. There's lots of accessibility for it. Lots of keywords. I am looking for methods. Sometimes I pull the for the summary the thesis. I look through methods. I look for the results if it was successful and it proves my point, and then I look at the date and the author. So let's see what we got here. So, and it will say, using a community-based participatory approach, we determine that hoop house gardening, local food production, members align with land-based food teachings. Cool. So I'm going to copy that bit. I'm going to plug it into my article. Summary. Copy and paste. Oh, let's do that again. So I right-clicked, I copied, I went to the article. I put my, I'll just get rid of this for a second. Sorry, I might be doing this really fast. I've hit Control V and that pasted the words in without having to go and search for it. Let's see. We're looking for, let's see. There was considerable community buy-in and support of the project, which I really like. So we're going to say support of the project. So we'll say that. That was the results. So we're going to go pop over to the results. We're going to pop it in. We're going to do land-based practices. We're going to do community gardening, participatory. That's not a good one. Let's see. This is Northern, and looks like it's Canada, but we're not sure. So, OG Cree First Nation of Northern Ontario. So that would be who. So I'm going to pluck that, copy, or you can do Control Copy. you go to your article, you can stick that under method, because that would be who under the method. So we're looking for how they did this. So it doesn't say too much. So we're going to open up the article because that will help. We'll try here first. You can try a number of different things. Certain places have certain accessibility. Okay, so there's the abstract, introduction. Let's see. So a growing understanding of the role that traditional or culturally appropriate foods play in the dietary of indigenous peoples has motivated interest in expanding the definition of food security. So I'm looking for what the methods are. I want to know what kind of research this is. It looks like it might be a lit review. I mean, even though it didn't say that, but sometimes you just gotta, yeah, it does look like a literature review, at least in the beginning. So some indigenous peoples in Canada are adopting alternative food strategies that involve non-traditional food procurement methods. That's a result. That's an idea. I'm going to plug that in, something I want to remember. So I'm just going to plug it into summary because it's something, it gives me a loose idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. Research context. Okay. We're looking for how this method, there it is, methods. That's what I'm looking for. So, informed by research methodologies, which is very important for me. So I'm going to plug that in to my methods. I kind of give a little bit of space between my points sometimes if it gets a little bit messy. And then go back to here. It's a community-based participatory research. And that's what it's saying. It has so community-based participatory research. So that is a really, really great keyword that I'm going to highlight. And I'm going to go to the table and I'm going to plug it in because I really want that in my research. I'm going to go back to the article. Research team relied heavily on pre-existing community members, part of a much larger ongoing health challenge. That's the who and that's the methods. So it sounds like it was a qualitative approach. Yeah, because it was semi-structured interviews. So that would be, so let's see, we're going to put that under method. And it was semi-structured interviews, which is a qualitative approach. If you haven't taken statistics, I highly suggest it because it opens a lot of pathways for you to take school later on if you want to pursue results, if you want to pursue like something beyond your BSW or your undergrad. Results, so visits, field work, shared stories about traditional foods and traditional food sub-themes. Okay, sub-themes are tradition, ownership, and development. So those are also keywords that I'm going to plug into my table. And then I am also going to, let's see, ownership. We're going to scroll down. This is really this is fast research. Conclusion. Here we go. This study described only one growing season and did not have high enough yield to assess its potential impact on the community needs. That's a big deal in a result, because that's something you need to take into account when doing studies. When going into studies, you have to see what the impact was. Proper care and motivation and firmly established gardening and harvesting routine. So let's see, did they say paper to study the long-term outcomes? So gave suggestions. Findings could have important relevance for future projects. I'm looking for the result. Oh, there we go. The results of our project indicate that a small hoop house, greenhouse, and gardening initiatives in the north are simple micro piece of the solution to food insecurity. Well, that's pretty good. So I'll take that. I'll plug it into my results. I want the title of this article. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go right here, grab it, stick it in there. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. We'll come back to that. December 2018. December 2. So 2018. And then who is the author? Thompson. So I only picked the first author. I'm going to edit, select all, because I just want my New Times Roman. Make it 12, bold, unbold, just in case there's bolding in there. Oh, and I want to, sometimes my colors turn up lighter. Okay, so that is my first article on land-based practices. And I'm super excited because it has all the keywords, it has the title, it has some great information. So now I want to plug it into my references and, my article list. So I'm going to cite, make sure, see that's MLA. We don't want MLA. We want APA 7th edition. I'm going to grab that, Control C. I'm going to go to my reference table or my reference list. I'm going to hit Control V, plug it in. Don't worry about format. Don't worry about color. We'll worry about it after. Then I'm going to go back to the article. I'm going to download it. I'm going to download it. There we go. I'm going to go right here. No, don't do that. Okay, I'm going to go back to article, my article folder. I'm going to hit right click, file upload. I'm going to downloads, Hoop House, open. Okay, now we're going to rename it. So I'm going to pick up the first bit of the title. I don't want the whole title. I just want some of it so I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to rename, delete all that because I don't want all that. I want Thompson. I want 2018, the date, and I want some of the title. So I press Control V. Okay. Did you get that? That was a little bit quick. I'll show you again. Rename. So I'll delete that. Thompson. I want the first name, first author, 2018, and I'm going to hit Control V and just part of the title, and voila. Now this will put it in alphabetical order, and I can go to my reference list and make sure my reference list is in alphabetical order, and I can check to make sure that all my information that's important is also in alphabetical order on the tables, or that I can plug it in. The reason you put keywords is that you can hit Control F, find in the document, land-based. If I want land-based practices, and you can look for land-based practices articles. This is really important as you build your article list. Everything that you learn right now from this point on, you want to keep those articles because you can refer back to them. Some articles are timeless, and you can keep pulling back from, like, referring back to 3305. You can refer back to violence. You can refer back to Nabigon and Longclaws. These articles are timeless. So as you read these, so this is not just for research. As you read these articles, you can plug this information into a table, and you'll have it all there, and you can plug it into a reference list so it's easily pulled from the reference list, so you make your life easy when you're doing assignments. I hope this has helped, and thanks for watching.